Okay, so let's see. This lecture I'm going to talk about like one of the common list algorithms. If you look at this list shows the common algorithms in which lists are used. So the first one is filling a list, combining the list elements, element separators, max and min, and linear search, and etc. So in this lecture, I'm going to talk about the first one, the filling a list. Okay. So the filling a list. This is an example. This following loop creates and fill a list with the squares. So first the value is a list, and so this is a list variable, right, which points to the empty list. So this is empty list, and you are going to fill this empty list with squares. So 0, 1, 4, 9, 16. So 2 times 2 is a 4. 3 times 3 is 9, and 4 times 4 is 16. So with squares, right? So the example, let's just execute this code. So the value is the empty list, right? And for I is index in range. And let's say if you want to have 5 elements, then you need to do 5. Okay, so let's say in this case is n is a 5. So this is what? You want to have 5. You want to add what? 5 elements. Basically 5 elements. Basically 5 squares, right? And then in range n. So range n means this is what? The range. So this is right now just same as what? The same as range 5 because n is a 5, right? This is same as what? This is same as 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 4, right? 1 less than 5. So it's 1 less than 5. So basically the range 5 means a list starting from 0 all the way up to 4. And then, sorry, I forgot to colon. Right? And then I'm going to use values. I'm going to use a method append, right? Append and I multiply by I. So this is a square. So that means at the very beginning when I is 0, and 0 times 0 is a 0, so 0 is going to be appended to the values, right? And then the next loop, when I becomes 1, and 1 times 1, which is 1, is going to be appended. And then when I becomes 2, 2 times 2, right, which is 4. So 4 is going to be appended, etc. Right? So after the for loop, if you want to print value, then let's run this, run the module. Okay, I'm going to save this as what? Filling list. That's a file name. Right, so how many elements? There are 5 elements. There are 5 elements. And then the 5 squares are added to the list. 0, 1, 4, 9, and 16. Right? What if, let's say, you want to write the code, you want to write a Python program which create a list with, let's say, even numbers. Let's say 5 even numbers. Then you can do it as, let's say, even list to start with a empty list, and then I said, well, how many even numbers? Let's just create 10 even numbers, and then I'm going to use a for loop for let's say this time, let's say k in range n, right? And then the even list is equal to, actually I'm going to append even numbers, right? So the first even number, I'll say, let's start with the 2. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, and etc. 10 of them. Okay, so first I'm going to say even number. I'm going to, let's say first even number is 2. Right before the for loop. And let's see, before the for loop, so this is what, even number, right? So I'll just say even number. So first, when k is 0, is going to first print 2, right? 2. And then next, I need to increment this even by 2. So even n is basically even number plus 2. So every time this even number will be incremented by 2, every time it loops. So it's something like this. Oops. So if you just follow this loop, it's something like when, so by this comment, when k is 0, right? This k is a 0, it's going to append what? Append this 2 to the list, right? Append 2 to the list, and then even number is going to be, even number is a 2, right? So 2 plus 2 is 4, so even number becomes 4. And that's the first loop, right? And then goes to the another loop when k now becomes 1. When k becomes 1, then append what? This even number, right? It's going to append even number, but even number was previously 4, right? So it's going to append 4, and even number is going to be incremented by number 2, right? So that your even number becomes 6. Why? Because 4, 4 plus 2, right? And this one is what? 2 plus 2. And just keep going, right? Until how many of them? Until, like, let's say when k becomes 9, because 1 less than 10. So when k is 9, this is like a final step, right? Just keep going, and then when k, I'm gonna skip the middle part. When k, this is the last one, k is 9, right? Append something, append even number. So it's gonna be append 2, 4, and then I believe what? 10 of them, right? It's starting from 2. So let's see. In the middle part, I have to say 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. How many is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And 20. So at when k is a 9, I think it's going to append a 20, right? And then even number is going to be even plus 2, so it's going to be 22. But that's the end. So this 22, when even number 22 is not going. This 22 is not going to be ended. It's not going to be appended, right? Because this is the last execution. Okay, so let's just run this. Oops. Oh, I have to print. Right, even list. So I'm going to print this even list. The first was empty. Now, what is going to have 10 elements, right? So let's just print and let's run this code. Yes. So it's going to print even list starting from 2 all the way 20, right? And how many elements? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So this is the end of my lecture on filling a list.